What's up, Juventini? It is match day, December 27th. Can Spalletti keep Juventus red hot? They got a trip to Pisa. And who's going to get the call? Because a big 3 points here to really turn the screws on everybody up top. We're going to have fun getting ready for this match. I got Mas. I got Omer. Fellas, how you doing? Mas, how you doing, brother?
Bird, it's that special time of year where you don't know what day it is, you don't know what time it is. You're going to bed at 3 in the morning. The kids are home. It's a crazy time of year. But
It
I'm
is a
doing good.
crazy
I'm doing
time
good.
of year. It is a crazy
Doing
time of
great.
year. And then on top of it, you get hit with the storm. Maybe you get a power outage. Maybe your alarm doesn't go on. Maybe you start a live late because of it. Yeah, my bad, everybody. My bad, everybody. But we're here now and we're ready to rock. Glad to see you had a good Natale. Was Santa good to you, Mas? Get any Juve gear?
Did I get any UV gear? I don't think I did. I bought
No?
a black and white. I bought a black and white Santa hat that I'm gonna paste a Juve logo on at some point. But that's
Nice.
basically it.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go. There you go. And Omer, how you doing, brother?
Well, it's rainy as F, so you might hear it. So that means no birds. But all in all, I'm great. Just been bad weather, but I'm psyched. There's a Juve match. I'm actually waiting for a Juve match. That's awesome. Like I'm dying to watch this match. It's been a while.
Yeah, feels like a while. We got one today that should, be pretty straightforward here against Pisa. We're going to tackle that. We've got a lot in the news around Juve. A lot of weird domino effect of transfers that could be taking place in January. And we're going to have fun and tackle all that. What's up to everybody in the army that's out here? Alex Juve FC Pino, Bianconero Ori Major. We've got Eagle T in here, Reno. Great to see all you guys. Adam Khan in there, Tony Roast Beef. Hope you guys all had a good holiday season and it continues beyond. But it's match day now. It's time to get to business. But drop a like while you're in here. And then, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And then tomorrow, we're probably going to give the kits away. It's a little bit early than the actual date that we were supposed to, but I think tomorrow we'll give away the third kit with Yildiz on the post-match because we are anticipating a victory show tomorrow, so we'll give that away. And then for our Legends tier in membership status, the 120th anniversary kit. So we're going to probably do that one tomorrow, all right? But for today, let's take a look at some of the news around Juve before we get to previewing this match. So, Perin apparently has made an agreement with Genoa. Now, Juve has to find a substitute, obviously, a replacement. Christos Mandas, top candidate. So, what's been thrown out there? Perin to Genoa. Juve gets a fee. They want to put that fee towards a midfielder. Lazio pushing hard for Miretti, and Juve would then let Miretti go to pick up Mandas in this trade-off so that they bring in another midfielder, Miretti goes, Perin goes, and Mandas comes in. How the heck do you feel about that one? Let's start with Omer
I
here.
I hated every word in that sentence, and just
You
nothing
lost
about
me
it
halfway
sounds
through.
right. Yeah. No, I think on one hand, Perrin is I think he's too good to be a second goalkeeper, especially at like his age. For goalkeepers, this could be their prime. And so I get why he would. He's been a second goalkeeper for a while now, and maybe he wants to take just a different step, a different direction in his career. Juve brought him trophies and whatever, but it wasn't really like a part of the team. Uh, but I don't think they have the money to buy him. I don't think Komoli's going to budge. He'll get exactly what he wants so he can buy whoever he's aiming for. And so I don't see it happening, not in January. And giving Miretti to Lazio, I don't even want to discuss it. For a second goalkeeper, just it sounds like really bad business.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Mas, what do you think about this little domino game?
it sounds like bad business, but it sounds like something Juve would do, to be honest, based on our recent track record. But yeah,
Yeah,
no, I agree
like
with Omer in terms of the keeper situation. He's earned he's been a good soldier, right? He's earned the right to go and play with a different team as a starter, and I have no issues with that. He's never complained. He's always kind of towed the line, which has been great. But yeah, and on the Moretti front, I mean, to be honest, I think I've made this pretty clear. I can go either way. Moretti, I don't know what. I'm sure he does add something to the team, but I mean, it's not the end of the world if we lose him. But again, for a backup goalie, I don't know if I'd make that move, to be honest.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, for Pedine even, look, it's great that I do believe you should probably be starting somewhere. Um, I don't think it's ever really going to be for a big club or ready for a big club. I think second string to a big club probably made the most sense because his body just hasn't allowed him to be a starter. This guy gets hurt all the time. But Genoa, that's fine. You're hot for him. You want him. That's great. Pay up. Pay up. If you're doing this in the middle of the season, pay up. January shopping sucks. We shouldn't be the ones offering discounts, especially if we have to scramble to pick up a second keep. But Miretti, whether you believe he should be sold or not, I personally don't think you should sell him. If you're going to sell him, make it cash, make it money that can go towards something. But right now, we don't have a lot of depth as it is in the middle of the park. So it really makes no sense. You're going to say goodbye to one to sign another. Who's the other name? How much money does
So
Perine's sale give you that could be spent on somebody in January? It's probably not going to be anybody that's really going to push the needle. Like, if you're expecting a big name,
no,
I really am not. By the way, you also have Adzic who has to leave on a loan, so you're already going to go down a number. The whole thing is just
no.
ugly to me. It's just ugly to
There's
me.
another element. There's another element to it. I mean, let's say there was a report this morning that you were also looking into Norton Cafe as part of that Perrine Genoa deal, but that depends on Joao Mario being sold. So let's say that's the case. Let's say Joao Mario is sold and you trade Perrine and you get some money in Norton Cafe. Would you do that?
You get Perine to them some money and Norden Cuffy?
They give us money with Norton Cafe.
Yeah, money and Norden Cuffy? Yeah, that's not bad, but you still have to find your backup keeper.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
Consolio's
although
not
I
going to be
would,
number two down the way, right?
I don't mind having like even a next gen player, one of those guys, or you can find someone really cheap. Again, it's the second
My
goalkeeper.
thing is this. I guess, does anybody have a little bit of nervousness down the stretch about Di Gregorio this season and how he's played? Like, I don't know. You
Not that
might.
much.
I don't have
Not that
that
much.
much, but I don't want to just put anybody there. You might be in a situation where, you know what? You got to give this guy a little bit a breather. Might be a couple games down the road, and I don't
Yeah.
want to just throw Pinsolio or a next gen player in. If all these games down the second half might be critical.
And if it gets injured, then it's a problem.
Yeah, it's like,
Although he's not injury prone.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'd hate to just do it for the sake of to do these moves. Norton Cuffy also, like, I mean, that's cool. You make that move. It's this backup goalkeeper that's kind of like a little bit of an issue. I don't believe Juve needs to have two number ones, but I also don't believe we can have just anybody. Like,
Hmm.
it's
Yeah,
a
but there's
tough
got to
one.
be there's got to be a keeper out there we can bring in for like 4 or 5 million.
Even on loan, like Odero, one of those guys. Maybe you can find a deal, but don't give Perrine before you know who's replacing him.
Yeah. It's if you're that hot for this keeper, you got to pay up. Like, if you're that hot for this, like, pay up. They also have Liali there that we could bring in as part of the move.
Ooh, the ex future Buffon, one of them.
Like, it's one of these things, man. Like, this could go a lot of different ways, but I don't believe we should make the move just because Pedin wants to. I think it's like it's got to make sense for us, and the follow through
Yeah.
has to match. But this Medetti thing, kind of sucks for
I'm,
me
I'm
to
not even
involve him
sure
there.
he wants to. I'm not even sure he wants to. I don't know. It sounds weird to me because he seems like really integrated in the team, in the locker room. He has a voice. He's one of the leaders, even by Spalletti standards,
Yeah,
the way he talks with him. So, yeah, I don't see Juve let him go mid-season just to give,
He's
make a
he's making
favor
video.
for
He's
Genoa.
making videos on social. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he's really part of that dressing room.
Once you make a
when you wear
social
a
on it,
velvet suit to the Christmas
yeah,
dinner, you know that you're the balls of that dressing room when you're showing up in a velvet suit.
he was
Holy hell,
ensconced in
Pedin.
velvet. Good for
Pedin,
him.
pump the brakes, guys. We got others in the rumor mill as well. So there's rumors that we got positive signs around the renewals on McKennie, on Keenan Yildiz. However, more and more people reporting that Keenan Yildiz is gonna want some project guarantees, I guess. Wants to know what's going on in the summer, and this is not just certain papers that like to create it. This is like right across the board, man. Like it's Albanese being posted by Gazzetta, and Albanese pretty much lives at Juve Hotel. You've got Guido Vacciago from Tuttosport coming out. You've got Skira coming out. You've got Romano making these claims that he wants to know what's going on with this project. So all eyes on this one, but hopefully, it is close to getting wrapped up. Remember that this thing keeps getting pushed back, and it's like, hey, they want this thing wrapped up before Christmas. And besides all the journalists, Chiellini even told us. Chiellini said, yeah, no, we have confidence that we'll get it wrapped up, but it isn't done. Like, they're working on it. So we know there is no agreement yet, and they've got to finalize that. But man, you better get that thing done. You better get that thing done with old Keenan. You better ramp up a release clause. You better get a release
Mhm.
clause in there, in my
Do we
opinion.
really do we really blame him though for wanting to know the direction of the team and what? I mean,
No, but at the same time, like, you're locked up to 2029. I mean, they've given him just as much. As much as he wants to know what's going on in the project, buddy, you're 19 and you got the armband. Like, they're putting you up here right on this freaking pedestal, which, cool. He should be. He's a star player. Like, he's this phenom, probably second in the world to, like, Yamal, arguably. But at the same time, they're giving you a shit ton too. And they're propping you up as well. So it's like give and take a bit here and there. You've got new
yeah,
management that just came on. I could see frustrations from his part, but at the same token, it's like Juve's doing a lot for
Yeah.
him, but just get it done for both parties. Like, what if it comes
Yeah.
down? It's not money. If Juve was pissing about for money with this kid, it'd be the stupidest thing ever. 5 to
yeah,
6 million bonuses, like, who
Look,
cares?
I don't think it's that severe on his part. You either show me a
Yeah,
project or I'll walk away. It's
yeah,
also like kind of a weird request now because what do you want to see a project in January or you're gonna give them time till the summer, which is more logical because then if you're in the Champions League, you know how much money you have and you can have like a strategy, some sort of strategy. He has a contract till 2029, I believe. So like there's no rush. You don't need to rush this. If they want to keep him, they can keep him. If they want to offer him a bigger contract closer to the summer, that's logical. Like I don't see how they prove to him they have a project now in January in the state the club is right now.
yeah.
No guarantees on Spalletti. So it all seems kind of weird to me. I don't think he's like standing there. You either give me a project or I'll walk away. I think it's a bit more,
no, I don't think it's that
calm than
firm,
it
but
is.
I think based on the last few seasons that he's been involved, you've seen a lot of turnover and you've seen a lot of turmoil, right? I think he just wants to see consistency and know that it's not going to be a clown show for the
Well, I
for
think he got it. I think he got it. I mean, all the problems were mainly management, and they addressed those issues. It took them a while, but right now there's a good structure, in my opinion. They hired professionals to all the major roles in management. It's sort of assembled with Ottolini imminent, so I think that's the first sign of yeah, we're taking this seriously, and that's the project forward. And they addressed the first issue that we always said for the past few years that was the main issue for Juve.
I don't think it's so much Juve. I think it's going to come down to the temptation as well. Like it's going to depend on who comes knocking and what the opportunities are. I'll be quite honest, I'm not so worried about Prem clubs. Like I'm not so worried about Chelsea coming knocking. I don't give a shit about Man U coming knocking, whatever. We know the team that's been listed to be interested, and if they come knocking, that's going to be a tough one for your project to stand up against. We all know who that club is. That's going to be the one that I would probably watch out for. Other than that, yeah, like I'm not super concerned, but at the same time, if a player's asking for clarification on your project, and like, how is this not an easy one to wrap up? How is this not an easy one to just like convey and give him what he's asking for in terms of finances and get it done? Like, it's still weird, even if that's all it is. Like, it's just like, you can't convey the project to this guy to convince him right now. He's already on contract with you to 2029. And it's like, do you not have a plan? Do you not know what your strategy is or what you're trying to do? Like, the whole thing seems bizarre to me. It seems bizarre.
That's why it doesn't add up.
It's like, guys, like, here we are. We're looking at, we want to make 2 big name signings like in the summer. We've already brought in an experienced coach. We're going to lock in on Spalletti, who's doing a good job so far. Like, this is the way we're moving. You got professionals all in management now. Like, is this enough? Like, how can't you portray this already? That's why I'm starting to believe that maybe, just maybe, Juve hasn't made up where they want to financially, and maybe the rumors of a lot of that 5 to 6 million salary is made up in bonuses. Maybe that is true, because
it makes more sense.
You don't need to wait to the summer to give a guy an idea of what you're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
So it might come down to them cheaping out, which would be very Mickey Mouse, in my opinion. Just get it done.
In my opinion, like I've said before, that I think it gets done in January. But my guess is that they told him, look, we need to know how much money we have for next season. So just focus on Juventus. There's no issue with the length of the contract. We'll talk again like in April. That seems to be the most logical thing to do. That's something that you'll understand.
Logical.
I don't want to sit with a PowerPoint and
let's keep it logical.
Stats.
Let's keep it logical. Now,
always.
Gatti and Ricci, speaking of logical, in a swap. Oh my God. I laughed at that rumor immediately because, yeah, Ricci's not getting the minutes he probably would like, but for them to actually get rid of him or say goodbye now, wasn't buying it for a second, especially when you look at some of the turds coming out with this thing. But when it comes to Gatti, yeah, it's an interesting one because you're hearing that Juve doesn't want to say goodbye. However, they could if the right deal is there in place. Again, this is an interesting one. Names like Coney de Winter being thrown out there. Would you make that swap? Do you want to say goodbye to Gatti in January? I mean, right now the guy's injured also. Like, he's not even fit right now. But there's a lot of people that just said flat out no, even when it was Gatti for Ricci. So how do you feel about saying goodbye to Gatti if the deal's there? What kind of deal would you need to see? How do you feel about it?
No, Gatti is not, like, untouchable by any stretch of the imagination. He definitely has a price. I wouldn't trade him for a midfielder right now. The way things stand, the amount of center backs Juve had, right now. Um, I wouldn't create another hole, especially if you're going to create another one with the goalkeeper that you have to fill in, because you can't just let Gatti go, bring in Richie, and leave it as it is. Things stand. We need Gatti. We need center backs. So I wouldn't do that. But he has a price. I mean, if the right offer comes in, absolutely, I would look into it. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, right now though, it's like it's funny because he's injured or whatnot. So it's like I don't see anybody making a move for him. But apparently Allegri's so hot to add Gatti to that team. Same thing, man. We always get like we have to struggle so hard to find deals in Italy. So it's like, okay, you want Gatti? Sure. What the hell is the deal? Coney de Winter for Gatti? I'm not so sure that's the one I do, to be honest. And like, if we're
No.
talking about saying goodbye to certain guys, man, I'd kind of want money. I kind of want money before jumping on swap moves, to be quite honest. Like, that's just kind of
Yeah.
where I'm at. Mas, what do you think about the whole Gatti thing and saying goodbye to this guy?
You can tell there's a mercato coming up when all these silly rumors start coming out, right? I mean, one, if Milan was to
Yeah.
make that deal, that would be robbery for us, right? So,
Oh, yeah.
um, to be honest, I was more taken aback by this one than the Fratesi Turam one, to be honest. But um, yeah, I'm not I'm not tied to Gatti in any way, to be honest. Um, I feel like he's a serviceable defender, but not somebody who should be starting on our team. So, in saying that, though, agreeing with Omer, I mean, depth wise, we're pretty light when it comes to center back. So moving him in January might not be the best idea, but if a summer deal came about, 20, $30 million, I would do it in a heartbeat, um, with no concerns at all.
Yeah, 30 mil, and I'm thinking more towards the summer. I mean, right now in January, if anybody's taking players from us in January, they need to do the same thing that we have to do every January, and that's fight for the deal. It's got to be juicy. Like, you have
I
to.
mean, we kind of need a center back regardless if Gatti leaves or not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's nothing to talk about. And I'll just note that I told the guys in the chat, in the army chat, that it came from Republica. As one of the guys who was doing the news, Republica are just a bunch of liars. Huge liars. Like, their reports are one of the worst
Yeah,
down the
that
bottom.
that
So
that's the Gatti Ricci thing though. We're not putting weight
yeah,
on that. Gatti as
no.
a target for Milan has all the credible guys actually saying, yeah, they are, and they're probing. So we're not stuck on this Ricci thing.
I don't think they have the money, to be honest, to spend in January.
Well, no, that's why
Like,
we're
no.
talking swap moves. That's why we're talking Coney de Winter. That's why we're talking other names. Milan wanting him though, and Allegri wanting him.
No.
I've always found this interesting because you had this argument like waging all the time. It's Allegri, it's the players. Get Allegri the players he wants. That's why this team's not succeed. Fuck, he wants everybody back. He wants
Yeah.
Vlahovic. He wants Gatti, for Christ's sake. It's like, man,
Rabio.
it's hilarious. He wanted Rabiot back. It's hilarious to me. It's like this guy wants to reunite with a team that was breaking negative records. So it's like, were
Yeah.
the players that bad? Was it the mix? It's funny to me.
Yeah.
For
Kind
Gatti,
of like
for
Lippi.
anybody, we need to look at money, though. We need to look at money. I'm not doubting the interest from Milan at all. And Gatti, the funny thing about it is, he's had like legit offers out of England and everything that he has denied, like previously. He has rejected. If you go into this summer, you need to make a boost at the back line. You have to
yeah,
do it. We have to plan for life after Bremer as well. You got to start thinking about that, pairing somebody up with him and having somebody that could go beyond. But Gatti, yeah, in the summer, if the same amount of money hits, 25, 30 mil, I'd probably say buy. Lloyd Kelly, he's surviving right now. A lot of people are like painting a picture that, oh, he's great. He's kind of surviving. He's up there on
So
my list too,
so
of
is
guys.
Gatti down last in the pecking order? right
Well,
now.
that's what I was
Right
going to say.
now, yeah.
Mhm.
I'd argue that Kelly and Gatti are level, or Gatti's maybe a notch lower at this point. To be honest,
At
I
this
think
point,
Kelly
because he
is a
can't
lot
play the left
more.
side and nobody's taking Kalulu from the right side in a three-man backline, absolutely. Like Gatti
Yeah,
is bottom of the Cope Miners has surpassed Kelly and Gatti for playing in a center back role because of the left side and the work he's done there. Now you got this little hybrid thing going on that Spalletti's doing where it turns into a back four and Locatelli can drop back. I'm actually interested in seeing how that works with Cole Miners as the left center back. That becomes left outside position, but he could push up in the middle of the park. Cambiaso can have more freedom as well through it. So, yeah, Gatti's like bottom of the list right now. I'll be quite honest.
unless you play him at striker
yeah, yeah,
He,
and he starts banging
absolutely.
goals.
fuck, man.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen for old Gatti. But speaking of striker, Juve still linked with strikers. Lorenzo Luca was actually offered to them. And Juve will only do it on a dry loan. Uh, that's a pass from me. That's a heavy pass from me.
It was a pass for me even before I moved to Napoli because we did talk about it, and I say no,
Yeah.
I don't want the guy. I don't think he's good.
Man,
To
some
be
were
honest.
saying like we should have signed him in the summer, like as a starter, or whatever. I was like, no, 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 no. It's a pass. Mas, Lorenzo Luca, pass. It's a pass.
I don't even think I need to waste any time on that one. To be honest,
Kamoli's list. We got a list put out this week for Kamoli. Xavier Schlager. Sounds like a shitty beer. Anyways, 28-year-old Austrian midfielder from RB Leipzig. Apparently, contacts are underway with Juve. Ismaili Kone, 23-year-old, we know he's at Sassuolo on loan. Came from Marseille after the famous dust-up with De Zerbi there. And then you get to fullbacks. Selic from Roma. Currently in contract talks with Roma. However, Juve's just keeping tabs on it because his entourage is actually probing teams for interest. Guys, it's either this or Palestra or Tonali for the millionth time. Guys, it's either underwhelming or just not
Unreasonable.
logical. Not
Yeah.
logical for this point in time. Kamoli's list better sharpen up. Better get a little bit better. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think Palestra would be a phenomenal signing.
Oh, for sure.
Palestra?
But no, yeah,
Yeah, not at 40 million.
no, that's the thing. First of all, he's on loan, so no one's giving him away in January,
Yeah.
and no, not for 40 million.
Yeah. Benedetto, it's very, very simple. He's on loan. They're not going to give up the loan right now because he's actually having a good season. But Atalanta passed up, I can't remember how much money last summer. It was either 20 or I think it was
25.
either 20 million, 18 to 20 million. They passed up. They wanted 25 to 30 last summer. Now after this 1-year loan, yeah, they're going to push for 40 to 50. That's Atalanta's MO. And that's where it's at. But yeah, we'll see, everybody. We'll see. Right now, I still think we're in the same boat. I don't expect a lot of action. Out of all these rumors, everything, you don't even have to put names to it. How many moves do you actually think you see get done here in the window? We're 4 days away from it opening up.
Look, I've seen in the past week Juve related to any position on the pitch. Like they're looking for right back, a center back, central midfielder, a replacement for Yildiz, a striker. A lot of positions. I don't see them doing more than 2 moves max. And I mean, it will be based on who you manage to sell. If you manage like to loan Adzic, sell Joao Mario, then that would probably be the 2 roles you'd fill. The right wing back, right back, and another central midfielder. I don't see anything beyond that.
I see like 2 moves tops. 2 moves tops, and
Yeah.
I don't think they're breaking or earth shattering by any means. Couple fillers. I see like
Rotational
Adzic
guys,
going
yeah.
on loan. If you're talking outgoings, I see Adzic going on loan. I see Joao Mario leaving. I see us picking up an outside player, and I see us picking up like a midfielder, and that's really about it. I don't know, with this whole Pedin thing, that's a hell of a merry-go-round. When you're talking Pedin and Miretti and Mandis and then going for a mid, that's crazy. That's crazy shit. I'm not buying that happening.
Although I would say I would take Celik from Roma. I would. I think he's a decent player that can be probably signed for a low amount.
There's no end product there with that guy. He's okay though. But,
he's okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's okay. I don't mind him.
Mas, how many moves do you actually think are going to happen? 2? 3?
Yeah,
1?
Probably 2 or 3. Listen, I don't ever expect big moves to happen during the January window. Like you guys said, Adzic, Joao Mario, those are 2 obvious ones that we need to find homes for. Maybe 1 defender coming in, I can see it, but you're not going to see any big splashes. Anybody who's expecting, a huge move to happen, they don't tend to happen in January, and just based on our financial situation right now, it wouldn't happen. So,
Tonali, see a lot of Tonali talk in there. Tonali was not good yesterday. I saw the game, man. You versus Nottingham Forest. Well, he doesn't play for either one of those teams, so that's probably why you thought Tonali was not good. You didn't even see him on the pitch.
It was Tonalo.
That was Tonalo. Tonali would be a hell of a coup. Obviously, it's a pipe dream. That's going to be an intense deal. There were rumors, Jonathan David in a swap, bring in Tonali. There's no truth to that whatsoever. If that was the case, though, and you had to, I mean, is anybody saying no to that deal? I mean...
To what deal? Tonali?
They're gonna want at minimum what they paid for him, which was what, 80 million, wasn't it?
There's gonna be money on top of that move for sure. Yeah. Nobody's talking straight across, but whatever value, it would really come down to the details. Like the value that David holds, even in a swap move, is all capital that goes on the books too, which still helps. And then if you have to come up with, what are you coming up with over the top? It's still gonna be massive, everybody. These rumors are just fucking crazy. They are playing with Juventini in this hope, in this chase that media has drawn up for Tonali. Look, it's going to be one hell of a deal to try and get done. That's why for me, it's like, I don't really put much to it and I don't get heavily invested in it. I'd love for Tonali to play for Juve in the future, but right now, it's a pipe dream.
Well, it's nice to want nice things, but does Newcastle want to get rid of him? Like, he's one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. They would have to go and replace him with an even better player.
Well, there's the player's desire that everyone's pushing on to get back to Italy, which I actually don't doubt. And there was a couple instances where he's randomly back in Italy with certain individuals at tables sitting down. It's kind of weird. I believe he does want to go back to Italy. I believe he never wanted to leave.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to leave at all. He's been a Milan fan from childhood. And I would take him in a heartbeat. Like, I would probe that deal and try to make it work with Jonathan David, with, I don't know, Vlahovic maybe. I would even give 2 players for him. That's how badly I want him. I think he's the best Italian midfielder right now out there, and it's not even close. I could have said Barella a few years ago, but not anymore. Yeah. So I would do anything to get Tonali, to be honest. Not for any price. Of course, we don't have 150 million to spend if that's what they ask for, but I don't think it's impossible. Let's put it like that.
Yeah. Free deals. Experience, which we say Juve needs priority. Bernardo Silva and Rudiger coming up in rumors. Guys, yes, no, yes to both, no to both. Where are you at?
I would do yes.
Who's the first
both,
one?
Yes for both? Yeah, I'd go yes for both.
Bernardo Silva and Rudiger? 100%.
If you have a chance,
Yeah.
absolutely. We know that Rudiger's actually already got a ton of teams that are looking at him if he does end up becoming a free agent. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
So he did. Yeah. So he did play with Spalletti at Roma, so they have
Yeah.
history. Honestly, I don't think he's like a world class defender, but he's a world class asshole on the pitch, and we've been lacking, especially if Gatti goes, who is the only asshole on the team. Then yeah, I wouldn't mind Rudiger and Bernardo Silva. It's not even a question. I mean, yeah,
yeah, like
yesterday.
if these are the links you like to see, because when these guys become free and they're experienced players, they're winners, etc., it's like, yeah, this makes sense. You could add a couple of those guys. You could add a couple of those guys easily into the mix. So again, the devil's in the details, because everybody brings up Rudiger and, well, salary this and salary that. Well, yeah, but that's why you just weigh it out when the time comes. But as far as interest, yeah, you should be looking at experienced players. I would argue that's probably the highest priority above positions, is getting experienced guys in here. Do you agree with that statement, that experience should be top priority?
Yes, but not like it still needs to make sense.
Well, I'm not
Experience in
taking a
an
backup
area.
goalkeeper for experience. Like, obviously,
Yeah,
you know, but
yeah. I would,
I
I
don't
would
think,
immediately fill any role we need in the team with an experienced guy and not a youngsters. And not
yeah, I
one
don't
of
think
the
I'm gonna
youngsters.
balk at a position though if it's a guy coming in that's an experienced winner. Like, I still probably would look at bringing him in, whether it's midfield, attacker, center back, full back. Like, I'd probably still look at bringing them in if they're available, especially if they're on free moves. Mas, is that
Yeah.
the highest priority, you think?
Yeah, we've been saying it all season, right?
Yeah.
Not even this season, past seasons as well, right? We have a pretty young team, so to get anybody in here who's played big games and is able to be vocal in the locker room is super important for us right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Dell saying that's the level of players I want to see Juve linked with. Rudy is a leader. We need more alphas on the pitch. Yeah. Yeah. And then some saying more patchwork. Well, I don't think so.
You gotta
If you're
have
looking at
patchwork.
experience,
You gotta have
experience,
patchwork.
pretty valuable. Juve made a living off that and did a very, very good job of finding the experienced pieces through the Beppe Marotta era. So, yeah.
Listen, I wouldn't call that patchwork because those two guys step into your starting lineup immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Patchwork for me would be bench depth players. That's not patchwork for me. Those guys are starting right away.
Yeah. And that's the thing, because Morton said key point off the bench on those wages. No, well, no, not off the bench. Not off the bench. Who sits Rudiger on this team? Colt Miners? Like, who's sitting Rudiger as a center back on this team?
Who's like the guy you want most right now for center back? Because I have a new name that I
Realistically,
think is the
or
guy.
pipe dream?
Who's your
No.
name, Omer?
No, Mickey van de Ven from Tottenham. Left center back, but fast as hell. I would take him. I mean, watching Tottenham's games, the guy saves them. Yeah, he has some errors, but he also covers a lot of ground, slight tackles. I like him a lot. I think he'll be a great partner for Bremer.
Yeah. Like, Rudiger starts for me. Rudy starts next to Bremer. That
Yeah.
would be menacing. That'd be tough to tackle. As far as Van de Ven goes, I'll be quite honest. I'm not going crazy on guys right now. There's one name I want to bring back, and it's not an experienced guy or anything, but like, Juve needs to finally take advantage of doing the right thing with young players, and that is Muaremovic. Muaremovic, a left-footed center back, true center back. Take advantage of your 50% sell-on clause. Get this guy back. And then in the summer, I would look... Well, here's the thing. He's not going to go in January anyways. Sassuolo's in, like, a dogfight. Like, they're not going to say goodbye. But in the summer, bring this kid back. Take advantage of your 50% sell-on clause. And I would still look to get an experienced guy in here. That's what I would do. That's what I would do, personally. Muremovic on a cheap, solid pickup, bring him back, and then look to an experienced player. That's how I would look at it. And if it happens to be Rudiger, holy shit, man! In the summer, if we said goodbye to like a Gatti, you are welcoming in Muremovic and Rudiger. That's a boost to your backline immediately. Like that's a big boost to your backline immediately. Huge. It goes from thin and weakness to strength, right? Like,
how do you feel about Huijsen now? I mean, he didn't have the best of starts at Real Madrid.
I said this all the time. I take heat on it. There's guys that chase me all the time. They're like, oh, look at him. He's top rated U20s, whatever. I'm like, I don't care. I was like, he's not good at his first job, which is defending. He's not. If you watch the games, he stands back and he just backs up and backs up. This guy is taking so much heat from Real fans, and they're just shitting on him. Game in, game out. He's great. He's great on the ball. Fantastic. That means fuck all to me if you're a defender. If you're a center back, I need you to be good at your first job, which is defending. All the Madrid fans are claiming this guy is a defensive midfielder. Play him ahead of center backs because he ain't a real center back. They're like, he's great on the ball, sucks at defending. They're shitting on him, left, right, and center, and they're all saying the same thing I've been saying for a while. Like, I've never really been crying over the goodbye to Huijsen. I would have loved to have kept him at the time, but we needed to see more out of him. His loan spell with Roma was awful, by the way. Awful. And that was the team he chose after backing out of the other one.
Yeah,
overrated?
I'm not saying he's done. I won't even say he's overrated a bit for this stage of his
he's
career.
Overhyped.
Doesn't mean he...
Big time. That's all I'm going to say. Overhyped.
Yeah.
Well, that's
maybe kind of
right?
similar to what happened to De Ligt. Maybe.
Big time. Big time.
Yeah.
He's a victim of the Madrid hype train, right? I'm not going to debate. I'm not going to debate there's potential there, but
he can be an awesome player in the future.
Madrid fans expect immediate results when they're bringing in a player. So
I literally feel like Gio here. Gio's like, was I the only one that gave zero fucks when he left? I would rather have kept him, but it wasn't like the end of the world for me. Like, people have made it the end of the world. People are like, I said it when it came to Chico Conceição. I put the big rant out there when I'm done hearing about bullshit about him and people crying over Sule. Sule? Jesus. Dude looks like a dark-haired Ellen DeGeneres out there. I'm done with it.
Even Vega that we wanted in the summer is having a horrible season.
Hey.
Yeah, Moss is fucking playing Sarah McLachlan tunes for this guy's goodbye. Jesus.
I will not take any Vega bashing.
Oh.
Okay. Anyways, it's always fun to talk about the what ifs and how we see the experience and all this. But yeah, Huijsen for me is what it is. But yeah, great. He's highly rated on the young guys. He can move the ball. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. That's the school of Chiellini defending that we know. Move the ball. That guy, Chiellini on the ball would give you nightmares. Okay? But defending. That's what I need my defenders to do. Now, let's get to this. Okay? Let's get to the actual match we got today with Pisa. So, only against Cremonese and Piacenza have Juve played more matches in the top flight without ever suffering a defeat than against Pisa. So against Cremonese, it's 17. Piacenza, it's 16. Against Pisa, it's 14. 10 wins, 4 draws. Okay? Never suffering defeat. Keep that rolling. All of the last 9 matches between these two teams in Serie A, I've seen both sides score. 37 goals in total. An average of over 4 per match. The last Serie A match between these two teams. Guys, want to take a stab at what year that was? The last time Juve faced Pisa? in Serie A?
Somewhere in the
3 4 years
90s,
ago,
I'll guess.
90s. Oof,
It is in the 90s.
that's impressive.
Yeah, like 96. It's an absolute guess. I have no idea.
So it's 91.
Wow.
The score was 5-1 Juve. Casiraghi scored a hat trick. Baggio scored twice. And he is the last Juventus player to score away against Pisa in the top flight. Roberto Baggio, the last Juve player to score away against Pisa. Cool shit. I
a
wonder
nice
who's going
stat.
to add to that
Yeah.
list today.
You know what shocks me more about that? The 5 goals. I'm like, ooh.
Hey,
Those last time he
back in then, we used to pump these shit teams. Holy. Now,
Yeah.
Pisa have failed to score in 9 matches in the league this season. Pisa have scored 1 goal at home this season. Okay? Fewer than any other team in the 5 major European leagues and their respective second divisions. Okay? So 1 goal at home so far this season. My God, I'm telling you. You got to get going here with this one. We got to beat the brakes off this team. Pisa have never won their last Serie A match of the calendar year with a record of 7 draws and 5 defeats. So they've never won their last calendar year match. Pisa have posted 1 win and 1 goal at Arena Garibaldi since gaining promotion. Yeah, this is going to be a hell of a task for them to overcome Juventus. You talk about their form last 6. 1 win, 2 draws, 3 losses for Pisa. Juve, hey, we're hot right now. We got to stay red hot, okay? No slip-ups, no banana peel matches, no Natale hangovers, okay? You got to come in here and beat the brakes off this team, really. We'll talk about injuries and stuff, but Juve's on the up, and 5 wins, 1 loss in the last 6. If you're going to look at injuries between these two teams, Pisa's top scorer, Nzola, is actually at AFCON with Angola, and they've got Akin Samiro with Nigeria. He's with Morocco. They've got Tramoni and Nzola's deputy Meister that's supposed to step in there. Moreo has posted 4 Serie A goal involvements after coming in for a cameo appearance, but none of them have come on home turf, funny enough. Juan Cuadrado is out, okay? Calvin Stengs is also out with an adductor issue, and other than that, Giardino has got no concerns as far as fitness outside of those 2 guys. For us, Rugani out again after just returning. Cabal is out, and Chico Conceição unable to make the match. Bremer, McKennie, and Co-Miners returns from suspension. Okay, so we'll look at your projected lineups for this matchup. When you're looking at Pisa, and I probably expect Moreo to actually be out there, but so far it's said to be Tramoni and Meister, which we just covered. In the middle of the park, Angori, Holt, Abisher, Piccinini, Toure, and then at the back, Bonfanti, Caracciolo, Canestrelli, and then Semper in goal. For Juve, this is what Spalletti's expected to be doing. So Di Gregorio in goal, Kalulu, Bremer, Co-Miners. In the middle of the park, Cambiaso, Locatelli, Thuram, and Kostic on the left. McKennie in that advanced role with Chico gone, and then Yildiz and David. Now, there was a lot of rumors about Miretti potentially getting the start. Guys, it's up to you right now to tackle this game. How do you feel about it? What do you think about the starting 11? Is there changes you would make to that? What do you think? Let's go. Who wants to kick us off there?
Yeah, let's go. First of all, I think there are always at least one, but usually 2 teams who are out of their depth in Serie A and quite literally don't belong there. And barring that horrible season, unexpected from Fiorentina, they're the worst team in the league. Pisa, their stats are just awful. 1 win at home, 1 goal at home. That's insane. I don't think I ever seen those type of stats in December. So yeah, that should be an easy, an easy day at the office for the Juve guys, but I don't think they shouldn't approach it that way, and they should approach it the same way they approach Roma and Bologna, and that's controlled and dominant, even if you're not holding to the ball all the time. And they have just a bad attack. This should be an easy win, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have no issues with the lineup. If there's ever a chance to play Kostic, then that is it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, just no issues.
Mas, what do you think about starting 11 going into this game? Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that if with Chico out, for me, it's sort of a no-brainer to either play Miretti or Jagrova there to replace him. So putting McKennie there is a bit of a head scratcher for me. Or if you do want to play McKennie, put him on the outside and replace Kostic with him. Other than that, based on injuries, that's pretty much all you can do. I would, like I said, I'd rather just see Jagrova or Moretti. Like, we got to give Jagrova a chance. This is a perfect opportunity for him to get almost a full game in if he's able to do it. And
yeah, I don't even think he is able to get a full game, but yeah, I'd like to keep the players like for like. I mean, our next game is another week away against Lecce. Wes, like, you got something good happening with where he's playing on the outside. Like, if he's going to play, keep it rolling out there. We've seen this project a bunch of times. You know what to expect from Pisa. They play a 3-5-2. It's going to be flooded. Technical ability is going to come into question. But Spalletti's also thinking about getting Wes into the area as an aerial threat, which is kind of like the only guy in our attack that actually does that. Like, that's the thing. When you're talking open play, there's nobody else that's an aerial threat. Not Openda, not David, not Thuram even when he's playing out of the midfield. It's like, not Cambiaso obviously, not Yildiz, not Chico. It's like Wes is the only guy that gives you a body that can attack headers. So, I get it. I get having him in this game. I just wouldn't put him at that spot.
Yeah.
You know? So, a couple of the interesting things that came out of the last couple of games, when Wes is playing the outside, he actually moves in, and Chico would actually rotate out to take up that wide spot, and then you had that body inside. So then when Chico does make his moves or whatever, throws a cross in, later on in the game you saw him do it with Jagrova as well. Jagrova throws a cross in, Wes attacks it. Like, he's the only real guy that does that. So it's kind of like this thing that's given him value over and above some of the other intangibles to Spalletti, right? But shit, guy might need a little bit of a rest too, you know? It's like, he doesn't have to be out there every single game, but maybe you start him in this one, try to get yourself in a position where you've taken advantage, jump on him. Like, if I'm looking at keys to victory here, it's a 3-5-2. What, 70% of the teams in Serie A play a 3-5-2, so they're going to park it. Send bodies, push them back, make them work the entire pitch to get opportunities. You want to sit back, send bodies, push them deep, make them play vertically from literally their goal line, their end line. Push them back. The first goal is huge. Juve needs to score the first goal. They need to get it as quick as possible, and then the game becomes very, very easy for them as long as they get that first one. And I would push very, very hard to get that one as quick as possible, and then the game will come easy. And then it won't even matter about aerials or anything like that, because Pisa can pretty much sit there and die, or they can open up and then we'll torch them, you know? So
the thing is, I've never seen it. I think Spalletti's tactics are a bit different. From the looks of it, from recent matches, he likes to really start pressing on the gas later on. Like, towards the end of the first half, and then right off the get-go in the second half.
Those are two different matches, though, if you're looking at Bologna and Rome.
So those are tougher matches that maybe calculate like that, but it's something I noticed about him, and so far it actually worked. That's when we got our goals. Um,
Yeah,
but it
but
does seem to
this
prepare, and
team
they
is
had a
junk.
week.
I think their highest average on like a
Yeah,
percentage of balls 40%. Like, I mean, we should be dominating the ball. We should be pushing them back.
yeah,
This needs to be straightforward. And then you put yourself in a position to add pressure to those ahead of you. Because this victory
yeah.
puts you 1 point behind the top. Obviously, they have games in hand, but that's what you want to
It
do.
will
These are the
it will
easy
put you
ones.
third, right? It will put you third. It will push Napoli below you. You'll only have Milan on goal differences and Inter 1 point with a game in
The other
hand.
thing, the other thing
Yeah,
it'll
win
do,
today
guys.
puts us at 32 points next to Milan, and obviously Milan and Inter have a game
Yeah,
in advantage for. So it's like, you got
yeah,
it. This one, nothing but victory will suffice here. Let's be serious.
But
Nothing
if
but a victory.
it needs to be a
yeah,
convincing victory, and if you can do that, after the break, it shows the league that we're trending in the right direction. Sorry. Um, yeah, a 1-0 win off of a fluky goal or something isn't going to be convincing to me. It needs to be something that's, a 3-0 solid win from beginning to end, and that's really going to put the league on notice that we're starting to cook a little bit, right?
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, to be honest, the teams ahead of us have won bullshit games and like scrape through on junk teams. I don't really care how it comes, and I don't think it really matters how it comes, to be honest, because they're not looking at it as any time of like. I get what you're saying. Like, if you dominate them, now the league's on notice. I think even if you win 1-0, you're putting everybody on notice because now right now we're 5 wins, 1 loss, last 6. You just keep that train rolling. The only blip there is Napoli. And again, Spalletti blows my mind, that one. But nonetheless, man, if you did it convincingly, depending on how convincingly, it might add a little bit more to Mas's point. Might add a little bit of more, in terms of these teams ahead of us, what they're thinking. But I really ultimately think that, I mean, it's starting to move the right direction. The talk's all going in one way. It's going in the right way when the media starts drumming shit up, which they're starting
yeah.
to do. Now it's moving in the
So,
right direction. Let's see. But guys,
so Openda or David? Who would you go with for
I
this
would play
match?
David in this one.
You would play David.
And the reason I would is going back to the previous 2 games that are a little bit more open and a little bit more contested. With Roma, you anticipated a little bit aggression out of Mancini, and I think Openda was the right counter to that. In this one, that I fully anticipate a bus being there, I'd rather want David up there with the connection and the link-up play and hold-up play. And I think he'll set up guys a little bit better. So I'd go with David in this game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd
you're
agree.
trying to get going, right? This is a perfect opportunity to give him some time
Oh, they're
against the
both
weaker.
heading up. They're both heading up in the right direction. But again, I could see some of the shouts. Gio's one in here. You play the guy who's playing better. Openda deserves another start. I don't think this game would play to his strengths. I really don't. But
Okay.
to each their own. It comes down to prediction time. Guys, final score. Hit me with a fun tiebreaker, and let's hear it. What do you think this thing ends up today? Let's start with Mas.
I'm gonna say 2-0 win for us. Let's see, goals from Yildiz, and I'm gonna say David gets one,
Okay.
and then tiebreaker. I think we see a red card today
Really?
from Pisa. Yep.
All right. Like it. Like it. Omer, fire away, my man. You're muted.
Sorry. I wrote down mine because you always choose the same one as me, so you wouldn't say um, that I stole yours or whatever. Um, I'll go with 3-0 Juve.
I wrote mine
I
down
think.
before you. I
So I
had mine
definitely
written
stole
down
from you.
24 hours ago.
Okay, so 3-0 Juve. 3-0 Juve. Someone gets a brace. I think I'll go with Ildiz. He's red hot right now.
Yeah, I. It's gonna be convincing. It's gonna be a solid win. We will get 3. I can't have Omer crying around the holidays, so I can't be the exact same. So will I go higher? Will I go lower to
Yeah.
2? Let's go 4. Let's go 4-0. You're gonna have a brace. I probably excuse me, go with Yildiz. 4. I'll go 4 to be different. This is gonna be convincing, you guys, and you're gonna see some goals.
Was your original one 3?
My original was 3-0 with the Yildiz brace.
Great minds, man. Great
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But yeah, my original one is 3-0. Yildiz gets a brace today, and I'll love that for Fantacalcio. What do we got coming in here? We got 2-0 for Juve from ELT. We got 3-0, 2 late goals. Another 3-0. We got Eagle saying, today Locatelli will score. I like that shout. 4-1 win. Hope someone gets a hat trick. How long has it been? Keenan, David Jagrova, and Jagrova off the bench. Sorry for goal scorers. How long's it been since someone got a hat trick? When was the last hat trick? CR?
I mean, Ildiz kind of had one in the Club World Cup.
Yeah, they
against
didn't credit
whoever
that
it was,
one, but yeah,
but they
that was a
didn't
hat
give him the
trick.
first one.
Yeah.
I think
All right,
that was
all right.
the last official one. Is probably Ronaldo. I don't remember anyone else.
Okay, let's get into this. Before we hit Storm the Barn, late start. That's why we're hitting this so late here. But we got these fellas with their segments and whatnot. Guys, we got Rank the Masses or Bald Statements. Who wants to take the lead? Who wants to go first with theirs?
I'm going to let the goat go first. No, you go. You're the goat. You go.
Bald Statements. Let's rock.
Bold statements. The bold statement. Ta 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 ta. Still need to work on my.
The music. Yeah,
entrance
still.
music, yeah.
Still.
God damn it, Al.
We're working
Where's our
on
music?
it. We're working on it.
Okay,
You want
let's
an air
go.
horn?
First one. I want Vuvuzela, those horrible stuff from the 2010 World Cup.
Was that little Spanish flea you were just hunting?
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
Okay, let's go. First one. Football will be a lot more fun if we played once a week. With the occasional Champions League stuff.
I mean,
Football would be a lot more fun. Depends how you look at it. I mean, it would probably be a lot more entertaining because you'd have a lot less injuries, right? The players would be a lot more refreshed. You'd probably get a better viewing experience. But in saying that, you're only watching your team once a week, whereas now you're getting 2-3 games a week, right? So,
yeah, I don't know about fun, but would football be better in general with one game a week? I'd probably have to say yes. I think the quality would be better and guys would be fresher and it'd be more, probably, I guess, more enjoyable to watch. So I'd say yeah.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, I'm not ruling out all competitions. It's okay. Once every 2 weeks you play like Champions League match. But I think in this case, for me, it's about less is more. Like the more games I have, the more it becomes a burden. When it's one game a week, I clear my schedule for it. I'm preparing everyone around it. I'm getting hyped throughout the week. So I enjoy it a lot more. Even if I want to watch other matches, then there's just too much. I mean, it was okay. I think it's just a bit over the line. There are too many injured players because of it. So, like, if I'm going to a match right now, I probably won't get to see one of the stars that I do want to see because he's injured. But it
It's
is
like
what it is.
UFC. I remember UFC when it used to be one pay-per-view a month. You saw these guys fight once a month, and it was this big thing, and it had so much hype about it. Then all of a sudden, it was just like, fuck, they're doing them every week, whatever, like every 2 weeks or whatever. You just stop caring. There's just too many guys, too many titles. Like, who cares?
How many
Too
matches
many
do they play in
matches.
the NFL? In an NFL season?
17 now.
17,
16.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
17 now. Used to be 16. That's it. Once a week. You get one
Yeah.
bye week, too. That's it. Every game counts.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. Leg opening should be counted as an assist for the guy who opened his legs. So does the player who gets a penalty. Players who is fouled.
Excuse me? Leg opening? What?
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
dummy, you mean?
Are we talking
Yeah,
football
yeah.
here?
Like a dummy.
Okay, so a dummy. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
a
yeah.
dummy should be counted as an assist. Yeah, I was like, leg opening.
I
Oh.
don't know. Is it called a dummy? Cool.
Yeah, dummy. It's called a dummy. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Should a dummy
English is not
count
my
as an
first language.
assist?
We got to clip that, eh?
I think
Yeah.
I think you should count it as an assist. It's brilliant. I've seen some brilliant ones through the years. I remember Pirlo had a beautiful one with Italy where fucking Marchisio stepped into
Marchisio,
it
yeah.
behind him there. That one was awesome, and there's a ton of I'm down with that. Give it an assist. Give it an assist.
And a penalty.
A penalty.
And
What?
like
If you
the
draw
guy
foul,
who drew the
PK?
penalty. Yeah.
Yeah, it should almost count as a stat that's not just like a foul like earned, because that's all it goes down as right now for that player, foul earned. But like it should have a little more impact. Yeah, give them an assist on it. Sure, I'm down.
Cool. Mas?
My mind is elsewhere right now because of this question.
Oh.
So I can't-
The leg opening
Okay,
was just like
I will clarify. English is not my native language, obviously. So that's how they say it in my language.
yeah,
Hey, that's good.
Dummy
We
is
get-
probably
we get-
the official name.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
cannot seriously
Okay.
give you an answer to this question. I'm sorry. Go
You can
ahead.
never give me a serious answer because you're the fruitcake guy. Okay, number 3.
The fruitcake guy's
The-
rattled. Oh man,
The
I love
Euros
it.
are miles ahead of the World Cup. Not miles, but the Euros is more interesting than the World Cup.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
it is. It's harder to win. It's much tougher to win. Yeah.
The World Cup is so watered down now. It's not even a debate. If you look at I remember watching the draw and seeing some of these teams that are in these groups, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah.
really?
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I think today it's more interesting. It used to be the World Cup, but now the Euros are more interesting. It's more of just a better tournament in general.
You got no scrubs in the Euros, or very, very.
But
Yeah,
I will
little.
say this though: the World Cup does have like better overall
Yeah.
vibes.
With that, I agree.
100%.
Yeah, because it's millions of cultures coming into
Yeah.
to one event, so you get to see all of them, and they're awesome. Okay, next one. This one came from the army chat and was a big debate. I'm not gonna name the guy who said it because people here might give him shit. So, putting aside the interlinks, Fratesi is a much better footballer than Thuram. That was the quote.
Oh my God, that one killed me. That one killed me.
Mhm.
He knows who he is. Absolutely not. Absolutely disagree. Absolutely disagree. It's really simple for me. I think Fratesi, you've seen the peak of what he can bring and what he can do. With Thuram, you've seen glimpses. You've only scratched the surface, and I think it's gonna evolve to much more than Fratesi could ever possibly give you. So absolutely not. Strong disagree.
Are we talking potential, or are we talking as we stand right now? who's
Doesn't
better player?
fucking matter. Take either.
However you want to say it, but take the Juve mind off it. Like, try
And
to be
I
youthful.
say that, but I believe that Thuram's a better player, but I don't think, as we stand right now, Thuram's miles ahead of Fratesi.
Absolutely, he is. Absolutely.
We're talking about Kefren, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kefren Thuram? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so I went to look at the stats, and it's just not the same player. I mean, offensively, yes, Fratesi is better than Thuram. Defensively, Thuram is miles ahead, and I think that, I mean, Fortezi is non-existent. His defensive stats are just awful. So he's not a midfielder to me. Um, but I think Thuram has more to contribute in attack than Fortezi does contribute in defense. So yeah, I think Thuram is the better player.
Yeah, but so what's the disparity in terms of minutes played though too? Because I'm sure Turam's got
Oh,
to
it's
do
just
well.
they're roughly the same age. Played for almost the same amount of time. They arrived at a big club earlier
No, but
at
I'm
the
saying
same age, probably.
in terms of minutes played this season, what's the difference, right? I'd want to see that
Oh,
too.
I didn't check
No,
this
It
season,
it
but
wouldn't even change my mind. He can't break through on Inter's midfield. Mkhitaryan's been a lock in there. It's like fucking make your way in, man. He
well, but if you're
can't.
looking at
He's not a midfielder. He's like this
if
hybrid
stats,
fucking attack style player. But
if
he's
stats is
like
your argument,
he's
right? You can't really
nothing.
look
like
at
if
stats.
you're building a team and you're building
No,
your
Turam,
midfield,
yeah,
who do
Turam,
you
100%.
take
Turam,
first?
for sure.
No,
Although
it's
I do think
fucking.
they would be a good, not
It's not
partnership,
even
but
a
I don't
fucking
see them in
discussion for
midfield.
me. Inter want 35 for a 15 million euro
No,
player.
that
Fratesi is so fucking out of whack. Like, no, no.
hmm
Like this is just
okay.
it's nothing for me. There's no argument that anybody could make that would ever tell me that Fratesi is a better midfielder than Kefren Turam. There is no argument there that I would accept. And I've been the one loud as fuck about Turam needing to do more, but that's because I know he can do it because last year he showed he can do it. He just needs to get that influence up through all times of matches and everything. But to say Fratesi is better on the same level, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. And yeah, this is like a MJ moment for me. I took that shit personal when I hear Fratesi is a better midfielder than Thuram. I took that shit personal. Yo, no, no.
Okay, next one. That's a big one. Um, the year 2000 was the last time Italy were actually a dominant force as a national team. And like from there on, they became this unpredictable side.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that because we weren't dominant in 2006. They were just solid as fuck. And then in the Euros, they weren't dominant in 2021, and it was rough from '06 to 2021. So I'd probably have to agree. And that 2000 team's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
And
I
that
mean,
was
in
The
the,
Euro,
in
the
the
Euro
80s and
run,
90s, they were after.
the
Yeah,
Euro
go ahead,
run is
man.
probably the closest because we went unbeaten for like 30, what was it, 35, 36 games or something like that, leading to the tournament.
yeah.
And then you end up winning the tournament. But I
Were
wouldn't say
they?
that was a dominant team.
Mhm.
I don't know though because like, yeah, it was a crazy run, and you want to talk about dominant though. There was still nations ahead of us in 2021, and you squeaked through some tight games. Like if you're going back to that Italy side back then, there's only one nation that could compete with you, and I'd still say you were the like better fucking squad. And honestly, in the 2002, like Italy should have won
Oh, it's
both major
criminal.
tournaments in those years, and
With
they
that
were
with that
unfortunate
roster,
not to do so and left some goals there, but they were fucking a force, like a
yeah.
force. 2021
Yeah,
comes close, but I don't think
you
so. Like,
want you want the I'll give you the position where they finished like since 1980. Okay, so they finished fourth, then they won it. They did not qualify for the 84 Euros, round of 16 in 86, semifinals in 88, third in 1990. They did not qualify to the 92 Euros, and 94 they finished runner-ups. 96 group stage, 98 quarterfinals, 2000 runner-ups, 2002 round of 16. 2004 group stage, 2006 winners, 2008 quarterfinals, group stage, then runner-ups, then group stage, then quarterfinals. Did not qualify, won it, did not qualify, and round of 16. and might not
Yeah.
qualify to the next one.
Yeah.
So they used to
Obviously,
be
you
up
got
there, like in
you
the
got
third
2012 and
thing.
2016 teams popping up here, like in the chat, but dominant. The statement was dominant. I can't put those teams as dominant, even how far those guys like brought them in certain. Not dominant though. It was like
Yeah,
they're getting
yeah,
there.
like
Like
they used to be up there in the top four
when
most of the
Conte
time.
took that team with Eder and Pele, like on that run there, losing to Germany, like it was.
Zaccarini.
I'm like, that's not a dominant Italy team. They were finding results, but that's not a dominant team. That's why I can't say that team was dominant. Like, no, you can make a fight with the Euro side that won it, 2021, but outside of that, for dominance, no.
It should be, but because they didn't qualify to 2 World Cups on the back end of this Euro, that's why I can. It's almost like a fluke. Like something worked out and then it absolutely didn't.
Yeah.
Before that and after that. Okay, last one. I won't make it a bold statement and just ask you a question. What's your favorite type of goal? For me, it's a volley from outside the area that hits the upright and like bounces off the ground. That's my favorite type of goals.
A volley. My favorite. Honestly, I'm just a sucker for fucking free kicks, man. I'll take a dead ball specialist. Just fucking love it, man. Love guys that could step up there and just bury those. Love a free kick goal.
Yeah, Omar, I got to agree with you. A volley outside the box, one timed, maybe even off a bounce, powering it in. That's visually. I mean, those things just get you hyped, right? For sure.
Yeah.
Free kicks too. I mean, we've been so starved for free kick goals.
Oh, it
ever
kills
since
me.
Pirlo left, right? So
It
Yeah.
kills me, man. That like, well, not even since Del Piero left, because like Pjanic and Dybala were phenomenal
Yeah.
free kick takers.
yeah,
Yeah.
But like since CR came in to the mix, and after that, it's been dog shit for free kicks. Vlahovic has been the best one. And
Vlahovic has some nice ones, to be honest.
he does have some
very
nice
good,
free kick goals to his name, but it's like,
Yeah.
that's it. That's the only guy. Like Colt Miners hit one beauty in his first year with us, but like
Yeah.
we need a specialist, a free kick specialist. Love to see it though.
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff, Omar. We'll always remember the leg opening. Now, let's get to a
Never
couple
forget.
Storm the Barns here that we're gonna fire here, and then we're gonna get to Masses rank the masses here. So, prediction: Juve win. Probabilities: Juve win 55%, draw 30%, Pisa 15%. Why? Pisa draw often and score little. So a tight, low-scoring Juve win or draw is most likely. I say 1, 2-0. Do you agree? Well, we're all pretty positive. Mas went 2-0. Omer went 3-0. I went 4-0 just to be different. So, yeah, we would have to agree with you. Draw being 30%, I'd actually even put lower, to be quite honest. Pisa is terrible. Pisa is absolutely terrible. We got to get this. We got to take care of business. Sinisi. Thoughts on the Sinisi licks? So he's going to be on a free at season's end. What do you think
Yeah,
about the links?
I like him. I wouldn't mind it. On a free? Absolutely.
I don't mind him. It's a free. He's actually, it's funny. He's pretty good on the ball. He's another one of these guys at the back that's very, very good on the ball and whatnot. Yeah, he's okay. He's okay. I just don't think it should be like a major signing. For me, if you're signing Sinisi, it's like you make your pick out of one of Sinisi or Muharemovic. Because like I need to see one of these style signings, and then I want to see like a serious signing at the back. I'll be quite honest. And if I had to pick over Muharemovic or Sinisi, I think there's more a long-term potential over Muharemovic, so I would go that route and then look to bring in like a serious CB. Either an experienced guy on a cheap or a free, or somebody like legit
No, you
that
can
pushes
pull-
the needle. That's for me.
You can pull both if he's free.
Yeah, but I don't
right? You
want
can have
Muaremovic and Sinisi. I need one of these two and a top guy. Like,
okay.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you could make both of them, but I don't think that's probably the best play for Juve overall. Unless you think one of these guys could be a top dog. I really don't. Like, Muaremovic could build up to that. Sinisi, I feel like you know what you're going to get. It's steady Eddie, which is fine. But I would go one of those guys, and I'd look to bring in a serious CB. You know, like last year, who was the name? Was it Laporte that was on a cheap? That was like available, and like that's a guy I would have looked at last summer to come in and be that main that could have helped. So there'll be those names available this summer too. So yeah, I don't know. Mas, anything on Sinisi?
I have no idea who he is, so I'm going to defer to both of you.
You plead the Skanga, and we keep it rolling. This season, Juve defeated Roma, Inter, and Bologna, drew Milan, and only lost to Como and Napoli from the top of the table. Can't tell me these players don't belong to the top three at least. It's a good storm the barn. I mean, we've said it all. I've said it a million times. I failed to believe that what we saw was all that this group was capable of. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Spalletti's doing way better than the last two guys as far as getting the most out of the team. And I still think it's going to keep moving forward with him. And I got to say, so far, I've been pleasantly surprised. And I've been very happy with Spalletti, although he was not a guy I was keen on. I got to say, but this team, top three, they belong there. We should be making top three with this roster, in my opinion.
I believe they are. I think the roster has been better than what we've seen in the past few years. It's definitely better than Roma's, better than Como's, better than Bologna. So, yeah, after Inter, maybe even Milan. I don't know. They have Modric. They have a very good midfield. But Milan, Inter, and Napoli are probably above Juve. But for me, that's it.
Yeah. Mas, this team belongs top three?
Yeah, we've always said it on paper. It belongs in the top three. It's just a matter of getting the most out of the players that you have, which Spalletti seems to be doing now, which is great. We just need to keep it up, right? We can't have these dips in form. I'll talk about it in my segment coming up, but you can't win 5 and then, draw to a lower side or lose to a side and then win 3, and it needs to be consistent across the board. So hopefully we'll see that.
Yeah, this game today is a prime example of the games you absolutely have to claim the max points. So, as far as top 3 goes, absolutely we belong. These teams are all unconvincing in Serie A, so fuck it. It's time for us to stay red hot. Do you agree that this season Juve cannot play well without McKennie, Kalulu, and Yildiz in the first 11? So we can't play well without all 3 of them in there?
They are some of our top performers this season, and I don't know if cannot play well, but it will be harder. Like I don't think we've seen it because Kalulu and McKennie has been
played
there
every single second.
Yeah, I haven't seen them play without the 3 of them, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll be quite honest. I mean, to say cannot play well without him, I'll always disagree because I think there's games where you could probably rotate him. Like the fact that Kalulu has just played every single is crazy. Wow. That's the sketchiest thing ever with J Medical just licking their chops there, waiting for the next soul to claim. But cannot play well without these guys. I'm going to probably disagree just because I think there's games that you'll be able to play and still play well without him. And I think a lot of it comes down to how you can adapt and how you, like, what is your system? I always said, like, if you take the individuals out of it, because we always shit on certain individuals, but it's like, there's certain guys I defended because of the deficiencies of the group, of the team play etc. Spalletti's just starting to work in some cool ideas that are starting to translate very well with this group. Until I see it without certain players, it's hard to fully agree with it, like fully disagree with the statement, but I do tend to
I
believe
think,
you could still play well with a different starting 11. Like, you should still be able to
yeah.
play well.
I mean, Ildiz and McKenna is an interesting one because they have like the most goals assist for the team. Those two, especially Ildiz, but those are the guys who actually create stuff for other guys as well. So yeah, it might be harder, especially Ildiz. Without Ildiz, it would be hard to see our attack
Yeah.
function in the same way.
Yeah, we saw it. When's the last time? Bodo Glimt, we saw in Champions League. He came off the bench, and
To win us the match. Yeah.
but that,
Change the game.
but
Yeah.
that's not fully proper because Adzic started the game as well. Was shocking, and it threw everything for a loop. If Thuram had started that game next to Loka, would that have helped that? And maybe we would have thought things a little bit differently. Maybe. So, like I said, it's kind of difficult to gauge all this, but at the end of the day, just get your top guys out there. Let's hope they're always out there, and let's win. Okay, rank the masses. Fire away, buddy. You're up.
Where's my air horn? Give me the air horn.
Okay.
I need
Let's
something
go.
to get me going. Come on. All right. I don't need to explain what I do, right? I think I've pretty much explained it every time I've been on. It's pretty,
Top 5 lists.
top 5 lists. Done. Okay, so we are going into, we're in the holiday season, obviously. We're going into New Year's, going into 2026. So the topic today is top 5 New Year's Eve resolutions. Sorry, not New Year's Eve resolutions, New Year's resolutions for Juve going into 2026. All right.
Ooh.
Some of the stuff we actually tackled in the conversation today, but we'll kind of go over it. So I have at number 5, figure out our issues with creativity and scoring in the final third.
Okay.
So let's look at last 5 years for Juve and Serie A. They have ranked 4th, 9th, 6th, 7th, and 7th in goals scored. And this season they're tied for 5th. So you can point to a lot of different reasons for this. You could look at lack of service for strikers, not having a serviceable striker to actually score those goals, managerial style, changing managers, tactics, you name it. Bottom line is there's obviously an issue that we've had for a pretty long time. I mean, the argument could be made that Juve has never really been a high-scoring team, and all the championships we've won has actually been because of our defense. However, it's clear as day that there's obviously a problem in the final third that needs to be looked at. So that's why I put that there. 5. Number 4, consistency on the pitch and stability in leadership. So we talked about consistency just now. We can't have a run of games where we're winning 5, losing 1, tying 1, winning 2. It needs to be strong, consistent across the board, and that's really going to put the league on notice that Juve's back on track. And I think, Omer, you mentioned it earlier today, it's off the pitch. I think we have the bodies in place now in management to give fans a bit of confidence, at least, that things are trending in the right direction. It may not be the names that everybody hoped for or wants. But if we can figure out the coach long term, we have some guys in management that can maybe help us turn the corner. I think we're trending in the right direction. Number 3, sorry, I'm losing my voice here. Number 3, summer mercato buy for need. So last couple of seasons, this team has spent an outrageous amount of money on players who didn't pan out. We all know that. Particularly this offseason, the areas of need, at least in my personal opinion, that I thought were fullback and center back, these were not addressed, right? Again, a lot of focus was put on the final third. At the end of the season, I think we really need to address where the needs of the team are and really go into the mercato identifying players for those needs specifically and just pull the trigger. And for me personally, can we get a creative midfielder in here? That would be one of my big ones. That's been a need for us for how long now, and I think that would solve a lot of the issues in terms of the offense in the final third. Number two, and we talked about it, get the Yildiz contract signed and delivered. This is a no-brainer. He's the present. He's the future. This guy is a dynamo. It's not the time to nickel and dime this guy. The thing is, the longer this drags out, it's really going to allow the teams to state their case to be able to sign him in the future. But it's also possibly going to put doubts in the player's mind in terms of how serious the team is about investing in him, right? So it needs to get done, bottom line, right? And then number one, this is really a no-brainer. We need to secure top four and qualify for Champions League next season. So for those who don't know, qualification to the Champions League, just qualifying is roughly 50 to 60 million euros, depending on where it's at. If we do not qualify in top four for Champions League, it's going to be catastrophic, right? Throw your Mercato plans out the window, cash flow is gone, and you may actually have to sell players on your team that you can get some good money back for just to make up for that loss. So missing Champions League is not an option. That's bottom line. It's got to happen. So that's it, guys. Right. That's a top five.
Okay. Any rebuttals there, Omer, and change of sequence or priority?
I don't remember the fifth one.
The fifth was
attack. That was the attack. Boost the attack and figure out the issues in the final third.
Yeah.
No, I'd leave the attack alone for now. I don't think it's should be our main focus. There's a general problem with strikers in Serie A alone, but in the world in general. No, I actually agree completely with that list.
Yeah, number one, obviously priorities for hitting champs and all that for financial reasons and everything. Number two, that'll obviously play into if you're talking about Keenan Yildiz and wrapping that deal up. Those have to be 1 and 2 for priorities, yeah. It's hard to argue with that list. It's probably in the right order. Leadership, experience, everything. The summer mercato and the priorities and the significance of it, kind of plays into how you feel about the roster that has been built at the moment and everything. There's some gaps there for sure that have to be tended to. So that the summer is going to be a very, very interesting one. I don't know if, it's tough because this team's running out of the amount of times that they can claim financial restrictions, right? And in the spring, we're going to get an FFP fine, and they're going to find a way to swing that as well. But at the end of the day, it's it's been years now. The numbers are to where you've wanted them to get to. It's going to get better too when you get some salaries off there that need to. You also have some assets that could be moved on that will see good, healthy capital come in this summer. I really don't think they can make that claim even with an FFP thing coming in. You've got pressure coming from Tether. There's rumors out there that they're going to up their bid to 2.4. Here's my thing with Tether. You are fans. You're like this big fan that nobody's heard about until this year, funny enough. But you're this big fan. Why are you going about it that way and being so confrontational through media? That's the problem I have with Tether is handle your shit cleanly and nicely. And if you were in fact such a big Juve fan, you might actually notice that is exact opposite of how Juve operates and probably shooting yourself in the foot. But nonetheless,
I think it's disrespectful a bit.
It is. It's disrespectful.
It's a bit disrespectful because they're trying to create some sort of a divide here. Is the feeling I get that to paint Elkan and the current Juve management or Exor or whatever in a bad light, so the fans would want Tether to come in and save the day. I think that's where they're pushing, and it's all a bit shady to me.
And I'll tell you right now, this whole make Juventus great again is so fucking tacky. Like,
Oh,
scrap that slogan. Fuck off.
I'm not going into projects based on slogans. No one should.
I just think that Juve, like, and this is what I always said about them. Juve should look at entities that want to come in, that want to help, that are willing to inject money into everything to boost everything, because you need to look at ways to ramp up your revenue. This has not been highlighted enough over the past 4 or 5 years. Like, we have not innovated anything, done anything like new that has helped us raise the revenue. We need to raise the revenue. Otherwise, money's not an issue. Exor has money. It's the amount of revenue you make. That's how you catch those other guys. That's where Serie A and Juve are behind. It's the amount of revenue they're bringing in. That's the whole point of FFP. You can only spend as much as you make. They're not doing enough there. So for Juve, the best thing is remain with Exor as owners, but have people coming in that are willing to inject funds to help with new ways of ramping up revenue. You need to look at doing that. So this whole tether thing is crazy, but there's also reports that Ben Salman is going to step in and he's going to get shares, and that like they're willing to inject a bunch of money into the team, but that would remain with Exor as being the majority shareholders. So it's not going to go anywhere. But yeah, Tether's kind of crazy.
I'll be a lot more confident in them if they actually supported the current management in their position right now, rather than butt heads.
Yeah, I don't know if they feel like that's the only way they can get across, or like, but it's kind of rough looking. It's kind of rough looking. Guys,
yeah,
I'm going to tackle a couple more. How crucial are the next 5 games? Can we get 15 points out of them? Obviously, we know that we face Pisa today, and then Juve is going to face Lecce. Then we are going to have, after the Lecce match, where the hell did it go?
Sassuolo away.
Sassuolo away. And then you're going to have Cremonese, and that's at home. And then you're going to have Cagliari away. Then you got the big Benfica, Napoli, Monaco. Triple back-to-back-to-back.
Super crucial.
So Cagliari, Cremonese, Sassuolo, Lecce, Pisa. How big? How crucial? Massive. Massive, these next 5 games.
The most crucial thing there is right now is winning those 5 games. Because I read the list last week of who the other teams are playing, and they are playing each other. And now look at Inter. Inter haven't won a single big match this season. No. They lost to Napoli, they lost to Juve, and they're up there because they won dominantly all their smaller teams' matches. So yeah, you want to be in the running. If you win against all the small teams, the teams that are below you in the table, you can afford to lose some of the big matches, and it wouldn't be that bad. Now, Juve have been fine for most of them. Only drew to Milan and lost to Napoli. The rest are wins. Oh, and Como, obviously. So, yeah, super crucial. 15 points out of those, and you'll find yourself, my guess is at least third, but second. Maybe even first.
Can we get 15 points out of them? Will we get 15 points out of them?
Yes.
Yes?
I'm calling it.
We can, and yes, we will. Mas, will we get 15 points out of them?
You guys are a lot more positive than I am. I don't think we're getting 15, but I think 13 is probably doable.
We're getting 15. We're getting 15. Fuck. Starts today with Pisa. We're going to beat the Pisa out of those fucks, okay? I've got a bold statement that I'm going to make here. I see some comments that were around that one Storm the Barn about Juve needs those certain players to play well. There was a name that's missing out of there, and it's Chico Conceição. And I'm going to make maybe a bold statement. Chico is as important to this team as Kenan Yildiz.
I disagree. I disagree, but not by no. The difference is not that big. I mean, Chico can become that guy. I just need the stats to look a bit better. I need those attacks to end, because he does wonderful things. I love his mentality, absolutely love it. It's just the end product is lacking. While with Yildiz, it did have a dip in form for like 10 matches, But at the end of the day, he has like what 11, 12 goal contributions in December. That's better. Without him, and if we don't have those, I'm not sure Chico provides. But he is super important, and he's definitely starter for me on that right hand side. So I disagree, but not to a severe degree. Like it's pretty
Yeah, see,
close.
Gio's saying no, not even close. Then you got Eagle, a definite yes. Chico is important. Yildiz is more versatile than sure, but my statement has nothing to do with stats, nothing to do with goal contributions, etc. Because we know the intangibles that Chico Conceição brings. It's a simple matter that if you took Yildiz out of the lineup, you guys are claiming you feel it. I agree, you feel it. You notice the difference. I'm saying it's the exact same for Conceição. When he is not in there, you feel it and you notice it. That's the base of my statement. Mas, what do you think?
What other players can you use this metric on in the team?
In our roster right now?
Yeah.
When Locatelli's not in there, you notice the difference. From a stability point in the midfield, you notice the difference. When Bremer is not on the pitch, you notice the difference.
Yeah, so I think Conceição is in that bracket, while Clotilde is a step above.
Yeah, not taking stats or anything into account, like Al said, right? It's when Chico's not out there, the whole right side is pretty much useless. Let's be honest. So the fact that he's able to create what he does on that right side, he maybe doesn't score as many goals as Yildiz does. He's maybe not as impactful at times. His creativity is super important for us.
Oh yeah, it's massive. It's massive. I wholeheartedly believe that Yildiz and Chico are massive for this team. Like Zhigrova and all this.
And I've really fallen
got to get fitness first before we put him in the mix. And I think I said it a lot after that Roma game because it's just he gives me these vibes that are night and day to Chico. But Chico for me is is symbolic to the old schoolers of like what Juve's like and playing a Juve like. Like he shows you it. You could feel it. The urgency, the tenacity, the ferocity. And he's our smallest fucking guy. I said, if you could get some of our bigger guys that are supposed to be physical and everything that would play with the balls that he does, we'd have a steamroller.
And he actually can beat his men, which is something I can't say about most of the overhyped wingers there is out there right now. So yeah, he's a bit old school in the way he plays. And I've really fallen in love with him this season. I really love man. Chico.
Chico is a beauty. And Cugino came up with the exact same list. Chico, Yildiz, Bremer, and Loca. You don't have those guys in there, you feel the difference. But today, against Pisa, should be fine. And I believe it will be fine. You guys, 20 minutes before kickoff, watch along in effect today, okay? So we're ready to rock that. Omer, Mas, been an absolute pleasure as always. Guys, sorry about the late start. It's my bad. I'll take the hit. Here. I'll see myself out, okay? Straight red. Straight red at the end. Berto gets a red. We'll reconvene 20 minutes before kickoff. You guys, as always, no matter what, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Ciao.